Hello everyone and welcome back to another Reddit Reads. We're back here with another Am I the A-hole? And this one reads, for wanting my brother or his girlfriend to buy me a new Switch after his kid broke mine. Honestly, instantly, no. Not the A-hole. And now we're gonna read. Let's see if I change my opinion. 15 male, bought a new Nintendo Switch. A week ago, my brother, 23 male, and his girlfriend, 23 female, stopped by to let her kid, 4 male, play since he has a lot of toys here. I was taking a shower when they got here, so I didn't know they were here. My Switch was on the living room couch charging. Now for context, their son has really bad behavior problems. Not a good start. He flips out over everything and will scream and cry for hours. He also loves to break things for no reason. So overall, bad kid. Great start. From what my brother told me, the kid had picked it up and one of his parents, not sure who, was trying to take it from him since he's rough with stuff and they didn't want him to break it. This set off the kid, so he started screaming and crying. I heard this part while I was in the shower, but I didn't think anything of it since he's always throwing tantrums. I figured my Switch would be safe because it's my apartment and I should be able to leave stuff out without fear of getting broken. So after I got out the shower, I walked into the living room and my brother has my Switch next to him, said, Switch has the screen all cracked and one of the Joy-Cons disconnected. Obviously, I'm peed and asked what happened. Apparently the kid got mad they wouldn't let him have it, so he grabbed it, ran into the kitchen, threw it down and started stomping on it. Which is pretty much on brand because he does the same things with phones and other electronics when he can't have them. This kid is really heavy, but I didn't think heavy enough to the point the screen on my Switch wouldn't work anymore. Not sure what happened to the Joy-Con, but it won't slide all the way. I think something got bent. Grabbed my Switch, went to my room to text my mom because she was at work. So my mom calls me a while later on one of her breaks and is flipping out about it, as she should because that was $300 of my own money. So she hangs up, calls my brother, is flipping out on him about it. I was still in my room, so I don't even know what she said. They ended up leaving with their kid. Then my mom came home. Suddenly her attitude is completely switched. She's telling me that she'll buy me a new one when she gets the money and how the kid didn't mean it and he didn't know. Yes, he did. And I'm still peed, so I asked her why my brother and his girlfriend can't replace it, and she's making excuses about how my brother doesn't work and he doesn't have a lot of money. The reason he doesn't have money is because he's a bum and won't get a job and sells weed. Ugh. His girlfriend works at a taco truck, so obviously between the two of them they can barely afford expenses, constantly asking my mum for money to cover bills. Now we're at the standstill. My mum is making excuses why my brother and his girlfriend can't buy me a new one. They could easily buy me a new one if my brother stopped being a bum and got a job. I know I'm not in the wrong, but I want to see Reddit flame my family. Oh, well, this sucks. It's an absolutely sucky situation to be in. Because it absolutely is that kid's fault. They knew what they were doing. And clearly, they haven't been taught right from wrong, and clearly the parents just don't care about correcting bad behavior, because if it's getting to that point, they probably just give up fast. Like, the kid doesn't listen. If the kid is going to the extent of screaming the place down and smashing things, then it can't, then the child can't take no for an answer. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. It sucks because I know kids can be difficult to teach, but like if they're at that stage, I don't know. But them not paying for it is a very sucky thing, but clearly they don't have the money. But still, there's also not an excuse. Like, you gotta make it work. Your kid broke a $300 item. Replace it. Replace it. It shouldn't then be on your mum to replace it. Like, that sucks. It's a very sucky situation. Well, from now on, unfortunately, this also sucks. Lock anything valuable up. Basically, put it in a tall cupboard. Unfortunately, you're going to have to take these precautions now and just, like, hide stuff at the highest point so this kid can't find it. Like, at any point you're not using your expensive items, hide them. It sucks, but it sounds like that's the only way to go. Because if stuff breaks, your brother's not going to replace it. Your brother's not replacing it. You are owed a new Switch. If your mom decides to pay for it, you can be peed off, but you have been compensated appropriately. But it shouldn't be the mum, that's the thing. It shouldn't be the mum doing that. Not the a-hole, but this seems more like it's about you wanting your brother and nephew to finally be held accountable than anything else. Mum's replacing it on their behalf, so at least there's that. Yeah. Because obviously this isn't the first time that this kid's behaved like this, and it sounds like he just gets away with it. It's good that OP is more concerned about them being accountable than about the Switch itself. Fortunately, his brother and girlfriend sound like lousy parents and a waste of space, so them taking accountability will likely never happen. I get why OP is upset about this, sure. He gets his item replaced, but his mum is taking the side of the person who essentially ruined it. Older brother doesn't have to deal with the consequences of his failure to be a parent. I grew up as OP. Older sibling was a golden child to one parent and very, very rarely had consequences for their actions. So just OP gets some therapy when they can. Resentment builds up. Does nothing beneficial. Not the a-hole. This is the kind of stuff that destroys family relationships. Without consequences, the kid and your brother will always get away with their BS, and your mum will always find ways to excuse their BS behaviour. Till you're able to leave that house, you're always going to be told to deal with it. He's just 4. He is just 4. Or deal with it. They have young, difficult child at home. Or deal with it. He doesn't have a job. Or deal with it because ... I hate this type of stuff. Victim is always brushed aside and loses out. No consequences to the actual bad actor. No consequences for the parents. No one will ever learn anything. Yeah, basically. Unfortunately, it's going to keep happening until they are able to move out. But I think they said they were 15 with the current state of the world. I don't know where they live, but things are getting difficult. Not the a-hole. Your brother and his partner owes you a new Switch. Absolutely no two ways about it. I don't care how rich or poor they are or what they do for a living, they owe you a new one. When your child damages or destroys another person's property through bad behavior, you pay for it. You don't argue, you apologize and pay up. And yes, you replace new for old. The fact that this was paid for with your own money at the age of 15 makes it even more... I don't know what that word says. I'm going to say annoying. There is some bad parenting going on all around here. Your brother is failing to take responsibility for his undisciplined child. Your mother is failing in her responsibility to stand up for you in this situation. It's clearly unfair on you. I agree with that. Not the a-hole, but since your mother already enables your brother's laziness, it's no surprise that she's making it seem this is no big deal now. Not the a-hole. That's their kid, and they should take responsibility for the damage he's done. If they don't want to replace it, just don't invite them over anymore, plain and simple. OP is 15 years old. I doubt he has any authority to prevent them coming over. Yeah, I was going to say, the mother was at work, and I'm pretty sure he said they just come over whenever. He was in the shower and didn't know they were there. So unfortunately, not inviting them over, not in their control. Call the cops. Make a report about damaged property. Just because your mum's a doormat doesn't mean you have to follow in her footsteps. Tell her to never let them in the house or you will go no contact with her the minute you turn 18. Get a job, save your money, move when you're 18. I mean, it sounds simple enough, but again, in this economy, you can't really make another enemy right now. They're only 15. Because that mum could literally just kick the person out at 15. We don't really know what type of person the mum is fully. Here we go. Honestly, OP, buy a small safe and lock your valuables up when they aren't in your hands. It's the only thing to do until you can get your own place. Little brat will steal your car one day and drive it into a lake. Yeah, that's what I said at the beginning. Like, it shouldn't come to this, but literally you need to like lock your stuff away or hide them out of reach. That's like one of the options right now. So yeah, there you go. That was quite a big chunky one, but the person instantly knew they were not the a-hole, and I completely agree. This is it's quite an awful situation to be in, pretty much. Your brother doesn't care. They clearly haven't parented their kid well if they're smashing and breaking things at the age of 4 already, and just throwing massive temper tantrums because they're not getting what they want. Unfortunately, you're only 15, which means you're not going to be making much even if you do have a job. You're going to have to try and save as much as you can for as long as you can, deal with this for as long as you can, so that you can hopefully maybe move out. But in the meantime, like one of the comments said, buy a safe. Just put all your valuables somewhere out of reach. Lock it away. Heck, put a lock on your bedroom door. I don't know, something like that. Worst case scenario. Inside and out. That is the thing that I can suggest right now. Because it is also a difficult situation. It's like, if they still want a relationship with like their mum, they essentially have to like bite their tongue. Because the mum could like just favor the older son. And if the younger son starts bad mouthing, you know, the mum could cut him off or kick him out. So, because you're still living at home and relying on your parent, you do have to kind of bite your tongue. It's a very difficult situation to be in. It sucks. But there we go. What are your guys' thoughts and opinions on this? As always, I hope you have enjoyed watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.